Coach Carty, congratulations on the win.
Thanks, Kevin.
You know, it's always great to start with a touchdown on the first play of the game, but you know, how important is it to kind of keep in mind when that happens that you know, you still got a long way to go, and you know, one play's not going to settle the outcome.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, obviously, we'll take that outcome on every week if we can get one. And I promise you, that's our intention on every single football play we run, is to just keep going into the end zone. So, you know, obviously it's a great spark. You know, I think especially after, you know, coming off a loss, you know, you're trying to get that taste out of your mouth for a full week. And obviously the first play being so powerful and explosive, it just really helps you get confidence, kind of set the tone for the day. And obviously I think everybody on the sideline and in the stadium can feed off of that and hopefully continue that as we go. And as long as you're playing clean after that, you know, now it's just going to be great things for you because you're starting fast.
You just talked about, you know, getting the ball a little bit more to Marcus today, just kind of his impact on the game.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Marcus's impact is going to be great if you give him enough touches. And you know, we talked about it last week in the post game. We talked about it, you know, ad nauseum, to be honest with you, last week, and that, you know, the way the game went last week, you know, we didn't, you know, probably get our playmakers the ball enough in space, and also, you know, the game we played against a different defense last week that didn't give up much space, and so, you know, obviously flow of the game dictated a little bit differently, and honestly, obviously, intentionally, we dictated the flow of the game differently this week because of that, and you know, I think we had the opportunity to run the ball on this team, and obviously we proved that we could, and you know, just impressed with the way that our guys ran hard, held on to the football. You know, they were gang tackling and doing stuff after the play, and it didn't affect the way that we, you know, were securing the football, which is obviously the most important thing for us.
Coach, why was it Nick's turn today to play quarterback, and how do you think he did?
Just to roll the decks, the quarterback, you know, he just kind of spin the wheel. You know, I think Zach, you know, he's been banged up, and Nick finally was back healthy 100%. And so, you know, that was kind of our intention, you know, 4 weeks ago, when I want to say it was a Sacred Heart game, when he went out, was to go with him until Zach got 100%. And Zach just stepped up for us and really played really tough for the last 4 weeks. And you get to the point now where, you know, where Nick's 100%. And you saw that obviously he's capable of taking us down the field and winning football games for us in this conference. And so, you know, we felt pretty comfortable with it, and I know the team rallied around him. The team feels comfortable with him, and so excited that he got a chance to go out there and play really well and kind of get that, you know, first start of the 2024 season under his belt.
Zach probably take a red shirt now, do you think?
It's going to be week to week with him as well. You know, he has one, and so it's certainly you know, talked about, but you know, we're going to take it one by one and make sure we're playing with who we need to out there.
I mean, that's what I was going to ask a little bit. I mean, how do you see your quarterback situation going forward? Obviously, you have an open date, but I mean, is anybody off the table now, you know, for the rest of the year? Or?
You know, I see it the same way it's been, you know, all years, that, you know, whoever is back there, this team's going to rally around and we're going to win a football game. And that's really how I've seen it from the start. You know, we don't, it's similar to every other position, right? If somebody's having a bad day, if somebody's a little bit injured, we're just going to put the next guy in, and we're going to prepare like that. And our quarterback room, Coach Culver, does such a great job with those guys and getting them ready. And, you know, obviously you can see it. We've started 3 different quarterbacks this year, and we've won with all 3 of them. And so, you know, I think that's a testament to, you know, the guys around them, the coaches around them, and the belief that we have in each other in this football team.
You know, I think you don't get too caught up in the score, but it felt like you guys were in control for a lot of the game after that first touchdown, I guess. But, you know, the score maybe didn't reflect it quite as much. You know, I mean, you're still playing there until the end. And, I mean, it seemed like I know there were stretches where the offense didn't really have the ball.
Yeah, you know, they had a 7-minute drive to start the second half, which, if they don't score, is a good thing. And when they did, all of a sudden, it shrunk the game a little bit. And, you know, it's a possession game, right? We've talked about this a million times. I basically only care about how many possessions we get, which is why we harp on turnovers and 4th downs. And so, you know, once we're up 2 scores at halftime, you know, we really just have to make sure that we hold on to the football and move the ball a little bit. And obviously we need to put one in eventually, or else we can go down for sure. But once we get to the point where we were, down in the fourth quarter, up 2 scores, now it's just a matter of, bleeding the clock and making sure that we go away with the victory.
Hey, Marcus, you've had kind of an up and down year, just from the standpoint that you haven't been able to play sometimes, I guess, because of injuries and things like that. What's this year kind of been, like for you in that regard? And, what was it like to go out there today and just kind of do what you did first play of the game and then a lot more big plays after that?
Well, I'll start off by saying, like, injuries are part of the game of football, so we just gotta keep fighting the battles day in, day out, week in and week out. So for me, it was just staying ready, making sure that I'm always available, like when I am, you know what I mean? And just going up there and giving it my all. Like I said last time, it's people in the locker room and outside of the locker room that really has a lot of confidence in me and my potential to play. So I go out there and showcase it.
Was that a pretty big opening on that first run?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I mean, what's that like? What's the experience like? You're ready to go, you're amped up, and then.
It wasn't my first time doing it, but.
Yeah, I know you had the one against Dallas last year.
So, when you out there and you playing, everything's just surreal. So when I'm in the moment, I'm not really thinking it's the first play or it's the last play. I'm just thinking it's a play. I got the ball and I got to score.
Hey, Ty, you guys were playing an offense today whose coordinator kind of knows your defense. Did you sense that they kind of had a good clue about what you guys were doing defensively and what made them hard to defend at times? You guys made the stops when you needed to, obviously.
Yeah, I wouldn't exactly say all that. I think we have a unique defense and we switch things up a lot with our 3 high, so we could roll things in different ways to kind of set offenses off. I don't really want to say they had our number. I thought we played a really good game today, so. That's all I'll say about that.
No, I wasn't saying that. I wasn't saying they had your number. They did move the ball a little.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, Marcus, you were able to get in space in the pass receiving game as well. And how fun is that? You've displayed that skill, but how fun is that for you to kind of not only start the day the way you did, but also be able to get in space in those ways, receiving the ball?
It's extremely fun. When you got a play caller like Coach Carty, anything's possible. So I just take that and run with it.
You hit on your first run today. You hit looked like a middle backer with a pretty decisive. You can describe better for me that move you hit on the middle backer. Was that the biggest part of the run? What was the biggest part of your run for you there? Yeah.
What I call that move? I don't even know what move I did. My body just be reacting. So
What do you call the celebration you did?
the selling for the first one. Good start.
Okay.
Let's go. Let's get this game going.
There you go.
But as far as the best part of that play, it was probably just the O-line. O-line did an extremely great job with giving me a gap, and I just took it.
Hey Marcus, it looked like on that long pass play, whoever was picking you up on an outside linebacker, you had that beat right off the line of scrimmage. Is that, you just hoping that Nick sees you there and realizes how looking at him?
Yeah, before the play, I'm like, man, just trust me, bro, I got you. And he trusted him, and you seen the results.
Hey, Ty, you guys have done a good job this year of putting pressure on the quarterback. Is that something you've kind of taken a lot of pride in this year and always kind of, hope to make some big plays doing that like you did today?
Yeah, we have a huge emphasis on that here, especially Coach Rojas. He loves heating up. And before every drive, he's like, screw it, let's go get after him. So that's what he tells us, and we take pride in it. We take pride in getting after the quarterback, and sacks are fun, so we love doing it.
Did you feel like that was going to be really important in this game, just because the way they play?
Yeah, for sure. We knew they were going to come out and pass against us. We were playing pass first, run second, and we just got after the quarterback. So we know if we can get after the quarterback and our DBs can cover and hold them for more than 2 or 3 seconds, we're going to get after the quarterback just like we did today.
Yeah, Marcus, Coach Carty kind of referenced it a little bit, but coming off the loss last week, how important was it to set the tone for you guys as a leader of the team to kind of set that tone going into the first play of the game and for the rest of the game?
Extremely important. When you come out, when you have a fast start, that can dictate the entirety of the game. So it was for us to throw that first punch today, and luckily and fortunately we did.
Ty, you guys, it was referenced earlier, you Albany able to move the ball in a longer drive, and Coach Carty talked about that's great when you do plug it up, but just coming up with later stops on defense, after having been on the field a little longer, what does that say about your guys, and then just in general, what was that like in the second half for you?
bend, don't break with us, and I feel like everyone in our room, all 11 players are on the field at the time, and we have the utmost confidence in what we're going to do on defense. So whether they had a 7-minute drive to start it, I mean, we're teaching bend, don't break. We want to be back out there on the field in the third and fourth quarter in close games. So.
All right, thanks guys.